Hello friends. Hi. Hello. Welcome to Biju Gayu's Teaching Cafe. Friends, this is a very short video lecture of a theme not directly related to your syllabus. This is part of my habit of intervening culturally in the classrooms where I used to teach political science. And I always believe good teaching comes out of outside the syllabus. Okay, so the theme of this lecture is very interesting. I don't know what about you, but for me it seems to be very interesting. The title is Who is Afraid of Political Science? The title is Who is Afraid of Political Science? Don't you feel interesting? Okay, so let us have a video lecture about this interesting theme. Friends, there is an interesting and good book written by Bell Hooks. Bell Hooks is the pen name of Gloria Jean Watkins. She is an American author, professor, feminist, and social activist. The book in question is Teaching to Transgress. Teaching to Transgress. That was a book written in the year 1994. In the chapter, one of the chapters titled Eros, Eroticism and Pedagogical Process, Bell Hooks confesses so many things about classroom teaching methodologies she used to adopt. And she also confessed in this chapter that she had love for a boy student in her classroom, and she used to have intimate teaching in the classrooms. That was something very different. She adopted a very radical approach to the classroom teaching methodologies. Friends, what Bell Hooks was doing radically in her classroom behavior, in her classroom lectures, is not digestible to majority of us, or it is not digestible to our social system. Then comes an interesting and important question to our mind. Why do we go to school? Is school a place where value system we have already learned from home is reiterated and reinforced? Bell Hooks believed that it is not. Classroom is not a place where value system you have learned from home is reiterated and reinforced. Home is a place where we learn values, morals, and a worldview. Of course, home, Bell Hooks used in a very broad context. It is home is society in the larger framework. Home is part of that big community. It is part of that neighborhood, locality, etc. Home is a place where we learn about what should be done and what shouldn't be done in life. That is the value systems. Home is a place where we learn what are the right things and what are the wrong things. That is called the morals. Home is also a place where we learn a worldview, and that worldview is the dominating worldview in our society. That worldview got legitimacy in our society. That said, home is a place which is always aligning with what is prevailing in the society where we live. That said, your parents were religious, so you are too religious. Your parents were married, so you are going to marry. That the union of your parents give birth to you, so you are going to have a companion and procreate like your parents, grandparents, and great parents. So your parents had a family, so that you are going to have a family. Your parents had viewed marriage as an institution for procreation, and you have so many offspring. So you two are going to the same way. So friends, are you going to learn the same value system from the school? Then let us ask, what about the school? Bell hooks used school in a very broad context. School is a place where you learn new things, learn skills, get information that makes you think in a different way. You imagine you go to a university or a college and join for a political science program. And your political science professor is repeating all what you have learned from home. Your school then becomes so much a weird place, isn't it? Of course, it will become a weird place because you are repeating the same thing that you have already got from your home. Because your political science course is not meant to reinforce the value system that you have already learned from home. Your political science course is not meant to rationalize what you have already learned from home. You are there in the political science classroom not to find reasons for all what you have learned from home. Political science course help you ask questions. It enables you think, do I want to be religious like my parents? Do I want to marry like what my parents did? Did I want to procreate like what my forefathers had done? Do I want to have a family like my parents had? Do I want to have a family just to perform the function of procreation, or whether family has function beyond procreation? You need to ask these questions, but these questions are really uncomfortable questions. Right. So friends, then you imagine who in our society will get disturbed if you ask these kinds of questions because you have studied political science. Somebody will certainly get disturbed when you ask these kinds of tough questions. So of course, when you study political science, you will raise uncomfortable questions. So who is going to be disturbed? Is it the orthodoxy? Is it tradition? Is it the state? Is it the advocates of culture? Is it the family? Is it the state? The question is mystifying and complicated, that who is afraid of political science? When you study political science, who is going to be disturbed? The question is mystifying, complicated too. Yes, so many forces in our society are afraid of political science because it raises disturbing questions. It challenges so many established norms, values, and standards of behavior. Friends, you see, throughout human history, throughout every epoch in history, a well-established society existed. A well-established society existed throughout human history, at every epoch. Be it the ancient, the medieval, the modern, there had some sort of solid and sound social fabric. And certainly a section of the population had dominated in that social fabric. Their value system dominated, their morals dominated, their worldview dominated. And the rest of us just followed what they did. And the question is how they dominated. Friends, they dominated by way of reinforcing their values, their morals, and their worldviews upon us. So they tried to reinforce their values and morals as the dominant and authoritative and authentic also. And they made people like us believe that what they are doing is the right thing and what they are doing is true. They have found authority for their existence. How? How they have found authority for their existence? They found it through tacit consent. We gave them consent. For example, you just see Brahmins in India or the French estates during the French Revolution, or citizenship in ancient Greece, and upper class elites in post-industrial Britain. These are examples of the dominant classes in societies throughout human history, which dominated the rest of the people. So authority and social prestige were formed on the basis of heredity in these societies. So privilege and heredity were the basis of authority. That's it. You can also see the contradictions in these societies. See, no upper class, no elites, no people who hold power in society ever in human history calls in question the very reason for their existence. That is, they never tell you how to question their existence in the society. That Brahmins never question their existence in the society, or never Greek citizens question their existence in the society, nor ever they help you how to question. Why? Because when you learn how to question them, you will destroy the existing system. They are afraid of you. So, in Brahmins in India never help underprivileged people to question the Brahminical value system in ancient India. So, the upper class, the elites in society have cherished their own value system, and their value system have generated consent to. Their value system have generated consent to. You see some examples. Salman Rushdie married Padma Lakshmi in his 60s. It was his fourth marriage, I think. Amir Khan, when married Kiran Rao, was in his third marriage. Sachin Tendulkar married a woman many years elder to him. Anil Kumble, the famous Indian fast bowler, married a divorcee with offspring. What does it communicate? You imagine a situation, the same things happen in your locality. What will happen? Certainly, we will never tolerate, right? Because we will interfere in that and criticize them. We will peep into that because we have that culture. So, we stonepelt them, criticize them. But we don't have any problem when Sachin Tendulkar do this, or Salman Rushdie do this, or Amir Khan do this. It is their value system for us. We are not bothered about. But when it comes to the the lower strata, we are a little bit disturbed. Friends, the value system of upper strata always is presented as unquestionable in human society. Their morality is presented as unquestionable in society. But you can also see there are many examples in the history of the world. The morality and the value system of the upper class elites were questioned from time to time. It was questioned to get more voice to the voiceless. It was questioned to reach the unreached. So, for example, the sophists had questioned the orthodoxy of their times in the ancient Greece. Socrates questioned the orthodoxy of his time. Particularly, he highlighted the defects of Athenian democracy where he was a citizen. It was unacceptable to Athenian democracy. A citizen criticizing the very existence of Athenian democracy. Galileo Galilei questioned the papal view of the solar system. Or Kepler, Johannes Kepler questioned the papal view of solar system. D.H. Lawrence, the famous English novelist, had written Lady Chatterley's Lover, which questioned the Victorian morality of his time. Particularly, his novel portrayed the love affairs between an upper class woman and a working class man. That was unacceptable to the Victorian morality prevalent those days in Britain. Or Salman Rushdie questioned Islamic orthodoxy through his satanic verse and Midnight Children. Taslima Nasrin, the famous Bangladeshi writer, had spoken about the oppression of Hindu minorities in Muslim popular majority Bangladesh. Imam Hussain communicated his idea of Mother India through his canvas. Jain Cherian's Ka Bodyscape questioned heteronormative sexuality in our society. Sanjay Leela Bansali's Padmavat tell about the love affair between Alauddin Khilji and Rajput queen Padmavati. Friends, but dissent was always brutalized, demonized and crushed out. There are many examples in human history. Acceptable social standards have given less visibility to the voiceless. Hence, political science will tell you how to question. The theories you learn from political science give you new standards of life. Hence, democracy is a standard of life. It gives you freedom. You learn theories about laws, justice, right, freedom, liberty in political science classrooms and proposes new theories about life and question the old system. So political science tries to give presence to those people who have no presence. So see, lower strata in social hierarchy often confront orthodoxy of the upper class, for which a discipline like political science will always help you. You see, Shabanu case, for example, in Shabanu case, IPC 125 granted alimony to a divorced woman from ex-husband. In Shariat, but ex-husband is required to pay alimony to ex-wife only for 3 months. See, in a landmark judgment, Supreme Court ruled that in times of conflict between 125 of IPC and Shariat, IPC will provide. That means an ex-husband in a Muslim community should pay alimony to an ex-wife. But Rajiv Gandhi government deleted that provision from Indian Penal Code and exempted Muslims by enacting a new law in Parliament and upheld the Islamic orthodoxy. Thereby, see, orthodoxy aligned with political power and imposed their existing social system over people. So from time to time, orthodoxy always align with the political power and establish, maintain and preserve the existing social system. Therefore, questioning is a tradition, an old tradition. There is groups in every society. And their task is to explain the reality of the social world. We call them intelligentsia. Traditionally, we call them intelligentsia. What are the functions of intelligentsia? You see, Brahmins in India, or clergy, leaders, spiritual leaders, elites, nobility, aristocracy, etc. are examples of intelligentsia. What are they doing? They supplement their norms, their worldview, their morality in the society and give reasons for the realities of the world. Throughout history, intelligentsia is organized in two ways. They are the church and the scholasticism. Church dominated the spiritual realm, whereas scholasticism defended dogmas by upholding authenticity of religious practices. So hence friends, still the spiritual realm is dominated by church, and still dogmas are being defended by scholastic thinking in the world we live. Hence friends, in every society, fundamental thought begins only when you question intelligentsia, the prevailing intelligentsia. The fundamental thought, fundamental thinking, original thinking begins when you are able to question the prevailing intelligentsia in your society. The best knowledge system that will tell you how to question the prevailing, the existing intelligentsia is political science. One of the best knowledge system, one of the best disciplines that help people, that help you how to question the existing prevailing intelligentsia is political science. So, questioning of tradition is in the nature of political science. Questioning is the habit of political science. Political science has in fact institutionalized the modus vivendi of questioning the existing intelligentsia. It has systematized the questioning habit of social thinking. So it has therefore a particular relevance to the time we live. Our time is a time of questioning the unquestioned. Questioning is more profound nowadays. So we need more of political science, because these days we need to question Gandhi, we need to question the institution of family, we need to question the role of parents in society, we need to question the role of teachers in society, we need to question the God. Much of what is viewed as taken for granted in our world nowadays seems to have been searching for proof. Religion requires proof. God requires proof. Government requires proof. Leaders require proof. So knowledge requires validation. Friends, so somebody, some forces, some entities in our society are really worried, are really disturbed when you study political science, because political science help you question the existing intelligentsia. So when you read Socrates, when you read Plato, when you read Aristotle, when you read the French the philosopher Jean-Jacques Rousseau, when you read Karl Marx, the German Marxist, when you read Michael Foucault, the French philosopher, when you read Virginia Woolf and Betty Friedan, feminist philosophers, friends, people are really worried. Friends, somebody is really disturbed when you read these people in political science classes. Come to political science and join the tradition of questioning. Join the tradition of questioning the existing intelligentsia and rage against the system prevailing in your world. Be an agitator. Political science really needs you, friends. I hope you got some spark in your mind. I don't know whether I am successful, but I think I am able to create some kind of confusion in your mind. That is what I have expected by this short video lecture. If you have anything to say, please drop a line in the YouTube comment box. Thank you. Bye.